My phone auto-connected to my wife's car, and that's when everything broke. I just pulled into the driveway after work. The engine was still running. Her car was in the garage, parked like always. Nothing strange until my Bluetooth kicked in. I didn't even realize it at first. I was just sitting there, mentally decompressing, when the speakers clicked over from my podcast. And then I heard it. A man's voice. Low, intimate. Still think about last night? Followed by a soft laugh. Not hers, his. Then her voice, whispering something I couldn't make out. Music started playing. A slow, sensual beat. The playlist on the screen read, Gym Mix. My name's Kyle. I'm 36, I work in IT security, and until that moment I thought I had a stable, faithful marriage. Now I was shaking in my own driveway, listening to what sounded like the soundtrack to her second life. I don't even remember turning the car off. I walked into the house like I'd been hit by something. The whole place smelled like vanilla. Her favorite wax melt was going. She was in the kitchen, still in her workout clothes, sipping one of those protein shakes she pretends to like. She looked up, all casual. Hey babe, you're home early. My throat went dry. Yeah, traffic wasn't bad. I watched her like a stranger, hair tied up, slight flush on her cheeks. She definitely worked out or at least showered recently. She tilted her head. You okay? Yeah, I lied. Just tired. I wanted to say it, confront her, demand answers, but my body said no. It said, gather evidence first. It said, don't show your hand. So I smiled. I kissed her on the cheek, and I went straight to the guest bathroom, locked the door, and Googled how to access Bluetooth connection histories on a Hyundai. That night, I barely slept. She was next to me, snoring softly, curled into her pillow like nothing was wrong. I lay there staring at the ceiling, my mind playing back that whisper on a loop. Still think about last night? At 3 a.m., I got out of bed and went into the garage, sat in her car, turned it on, scrolled through the infotainment screen. There it was, Gym Mix, last played 5:12 p.m., right before I got home. I tapped the playlist. First track, some lo-fi R&B garbage. Second track, a recording, just labeled VO_3 MP3. I hit play, and there it was again. His voice. Still think about last night? Then her laugh. A different voice replied, hers, this time clearly. You make it hard not to. I sat there shaking. Rage, hurt, confusion, boiling together like acid. It wasn't a playlist. It was a message. A goddamn audio message. The next morning, I called in sick. She left for work like normal, kissed me on the forehead and said, don't stress too much today, okay? I wanted to scream, but I just nodded. As soon as she was gone, I got to work, checked her iPad, synced to the same Apple account. That's when I found her shared iCloud drive, hidden folder, buried inside a work documents label. And there they were, recordings, photos, videos. All labeled like workout logs. Leg day 1 MP4, stretch routine 3 OV. But I knew better. I opened one, and everything I didn't want to believe became undeniable. The video started with her adjusting the phone camera, propped up on a gym bench, I think. She was in the mirror wearing leggings and a crop top. Harmless enough. For a split second, I actually thought I was overreacting. Then he walked into frame, shirtless, smirking, a tattoo on his chest I'd never seen before. She didn't flinch, didn't stop him, didn't even act surprised. She just looked over her shoulder and said, close the door. I slammed the laptop shut so fast I almost cracked the screen. Felt like I'd been punched in the lungs. Couldn't breathe, couldn't think, couldn't stop picturing it. My wife, the woman who cried when I surprised her with a weekend in Asheville, who swore up and down I was her one and only, was out there playing house with some gym guy who leaves audio love notes on her workout playlist. And I'd been the idiot paying for her fitness app, her new yoga mat, her protein cleanse, her sports bra subscription. I paced around the house like an animal, tried to call my brother, didn't pick up, tried my best friend, Jared, voicemail. I ended up sitting on the bathroom floor, my back against the tub, just whispering, what the hell is this? Over and over. Around noon, I opened the folder again. I don't know why. Curiosity, self-destruction. There were 17 videos, spanning at least 2 months. One started with her giggling, whispering to the camera, "He thinks I'm at spin class right now." I felt sick. Another clip was her sitting in her car. My car. The same one I bought her last year for her birthday. She was wearing a towel, hair damp, lips swollen. She looked right into the camera and said, "You left a mark, by the way." Then she smiled. "I kinda hope he sees it." I paused the video, rewound it, played it again. "I kinda hope he sees it. That wasn't guilt. That wasn't a mistake. That was mockery. That was sport." When she got home that night, I had dinner on the stove. Salmon, her favorite. She walked in like nothing had happened. "Wow, you cooked." I smiled. Felt like doing something special. "Ah, baby," she said, kissing my neck. "You're so sweet." I stared at her for half a second too long, and she noticed. "You good?" "Yeah, just tired." She didn't push it. Of course she didn't, because in her mind, she'd already gotten away with it. After dinner, she went upstairs to shower. I followed her 10 minutes later, quietly. I waited outside the bathroom door, listening. The water ran. Steam billowed out from under the door. And then, singing. She was singing. Some slow R&B track I'd heard on the playlist. I think it was playing on her phone. That's when I remembered something. In the car, when the Bluetooth connected, there was a notification I barely glanced at. Shared playlist updated 15 minutes ago by Kevin_Green. I thought it was just some artist or random gym dude, but I was wrong. Kevin Green was not random. Kevin Green was a trainer at her gym. I knew because I looked him up, found his Instagram, his TikTok, his YouTube channel, and right there in his tagged photos, my wife, laughing next to him, holding a smoothie, wearing that damn crop top I bought her. Caption: "When your gym partner is also your biggest fan, flexed biceps, smirking face, #teamwork." I stood outside that bathroom door, staring at the white wood, wishing it was made of glass so I could see her face when I asked, "How long has this been going on?" But I didn't ask. Not yet. I needed a plan, not a fight. I didn't sleep that night. Again. Instead, I stayed up in my office with a glass of whiskey, scrolling through every post, every tag, every video Kevin had uploaded in the last 6 months. And my wife was in more of them than I ever expected. Sometimes blurry in the background, sometimes right up front, laughing like a teenager in love. One video made my heart stop. It was a clip from a partner stretch session. Kevin was on his knees behind her, hands on her hips. She was bent forward, facing the mirror, cheeks flushed. She looked right into the camera and said, "This one's for you, baby." Kevin grinned, not at the camera, at her. "He doesn't even know, does he?" Cut to black. I couldn't take it anymore. I drove to her gym the next morning before it even opened, sat in my car, watched the employees file in, watched Kevin roll up in his gray Mustang, all confidence and swagger. He didn't recognize me, of course, just walked past my car like I didn't exist. But I existed, and I wasn't done. Later that day, I checked our joint Amazon account. I don't know why. Maybe I was hoping to distract myself. That's when I saw it. Order history. 2 weeks ago. Clear blue digital pregnancy test, 2CT. What to expect when you're expecting Kindle edition. Maternity leggings. I stared at the screen for almost a full minute. Pregnancy test. Maternity clothes. I hadn't touched her in over a month, maybe longer. Ever since she started doing back-to-back leg days. I rushed to the bathroom, checked the trash. Nothing. Opened the cabinet under the sink. And there it was, the test box, empty. Next to it, a receipt, crumpled but legible. 2 clear blue tests, bought with her credit card. On a day she claimed to be at a late Zumba class. That night I played it cool. Sat across from her on the couch while she scrolled TikTok and fake laughed at videos. I said, "So, any news you want to share?" She glanced up. "What kind of news?" I smiled. "Like, maybe a positive result?" Her face froze, just for a second. Then she laughed, too loud. "What the hell are you talking about?" I shrugged. "I was just checking. You've been glowing lately." She rolled her eyes. "I've been drinking more water. Relax." I nodded. "Yeah, water'll do it." Inside, I was already unraveling, because the next step wasn't just about betrayal anymore. It was about a child. A child that might not be mine. And here's the real twist. She scheduled a doctor's appointment for next Thursday. I checked her calendar invite. She labeled it Annual Checkup, Dr. Layton. I Googled the name. There is no Dr. Layton in our network. But you know who does have a private OBGYN consultation business listed under that name? Kevin Green's sister. Next week, I'm going to that clinic. I'm going to wait in the parking lot. And if she walks in there alone, I'll let it slide. But if Kevin shows up too, then the next chapter isn't going to be quiet. Thursday came like a countdown to a detonation. I told my boss I was working remote that day, set up my laptop on the kitchen counter, just in case she came back unexpectedly. At 9:43 a.m., she left. Tight gym leggings, oversized hoodie, no makeup, just like she always dresses when she's just running errands. I waited 15 minutes, then got in my car and followed 4 cars behind, just like I learned watching those amateur PI videos on YouTube. She didn't go to the gym. She didn't go to Starbucks. She went exactly where I thought she would. Layton Wellness Group. Private OB/GYN practice. Cash only. Hidden in plain sight in a nondescript office plaza near downtown. I parked across the lot, angled to face the front entrance. Heart hammering. Hands shaking. And then I saw him. Kevin. Same hoodie from his gym videos. Baseball cap pulled low. He walked up to her car like he belonged there. She smiled. And he kissed her. Right there. In public. On the mouth. Not quick. Not subtle. Intimate. I had to grip the steering wheel to stop my hands from shaking. My stomach was already twisting itself into knots. They walked in together. Pregnancy checkup. With him. I didn't confront them. Not yet. Instead, I drove home in silence, my brain replaying that kiss in slow motion like a torture reel. By the time she got home an hour later, I had a folder open on the kitchen table. Printed screenshots. Calendar entries. A still frame from that video where she said, "He thinks I'm at spin class." She walked in all smiles. "Hey babe, you feeling any better today?" I didn't even answer. Just pointed to the chair. She froze. "What's this?" "You tell me." Her eyes darted over the pages, each one slapping her harder than the last. I leaned forward. "I saw you at the clinic. With Kevin." Silence. Her jaw tensed. Hands clenched. Then, with the calm of someone who's rehearsed her lie. "I can explain." "Explain?" That's what you say when your card gets declined or you miss a dinner reservation. Not when you're carrying another man's child and filming softcore gym porn in your husband's car. I laughed. I actually laughed. She started crying. The real kind. Not pretty tears. Ugly sobs. "I didn't mean for it to happen," she whispered. "But it did." She nodded. "How long?" She hesitated. 5 months. I leaned back like I'd been punched. 5 months. I didn't plan it. I swear. We started talking. He understood me. My voice cracked. "Understood you? What the hell does that mean?" She sobbed harder. "You were always working. Always tired." He made me feel alive again. I stood. "So you thanked me for paying the mortgage and buying your gym gear by crawling into bed with some discount fitness influencer?" She didn't answer. Just sobbed harder. I turned my back and walked away before I did something I'd regret. That night, I didn't sleep in our bed. I slept in the guest room, door locked. I could hear her crying through the walls. She didn't know it, but I'd already started emptying our joint savings account. Already booked a rental. Already transferred files to a new personal drive. She had her secret playlist. Now I had my exit strategy. Here's the kicker. The final twist. As I was boxing up my things the next day, her iPad pinged. She was in the shower. I glanced at the screen purely by reflex. New message from Kevin. "Let me know if you told him it's mine." I stared at the message. Then at the bathroom door. Then back at the message. "It's mine." She hadn't even told him. She hadn't told either of us for sure. I packed faster. Because if I stayed, I'd become the villain in a story she was writing with lies. I left her a single note on the kitchen counter. "You've been recording everything." "So have I. And trust me, my ending's better." I didn't just walk away. I walked away with receipts. Every message. Every voice memo. Every video from that gym mix folder was downloaded, timestamped, and securely backed up twice. One on a drive with a dead man's switch email timer. The other encrypted in cloud storage under a burner account. Let me be clear, I had no intention of going public. Until she pushed me. 3 days after I left, she called. I let it go to voicemail. Then she texted. "I think we should talk. There's more you need to know. No apology. No remorse. Just I think we should talk." Like she was still holding the pen, still writing this like it was a romance novel that could be revised. I didn't reply. So she came to my job, walked right into the lobby like nothing had happened, like we were just a couple going through a rough patch. My coworkers knew something was off. I could see it in their eyes. She smiled and said, "I'm just here to drop off lunch for my husband," holding up a paper bag that smelled like the diner we used to love. I told security not to let her in again. Walked her right back out the door. That night, she posted a picture on Instagram. Her in leggings, fake sweating at the gym, smiling with Kevin's hand just barely in frame. Caption, "Stronger every day, flexed biceps, #healing, #new beginnings." That was it. That was the moment. You don't cheat on someone, lie for months, cry in their face, then pretend you're some phoenix rising from ashes you lit yourself. So I made a decision. And I uploaded the playlist. Not to YouTube. Not to Instagram. I sent it anonymously to her gym's management. With a clean, concise message. "Your trainer has been filming inappropriate content with a married client on premises, using your branded equipment and facilities. Attached is a curated playlist that includes audio and video files. Timestamps confirm recordings were made during business hours. If nothing is done within 48 hours, the footage goes to your parent company, your sponsors, and local press. Sincerely, a concerned party." No signature. No trace. I watched her gym's page like a hawk. The next day, Kevin's profile vanished from their site. The day after, his socials went dark. And then she called. Over and over. Texted, "What did you do? He got fired. You're ruining everything." I didn't reply, but I wasn't done. That video, still think about last night? Yeah, the one that accidentally played on my car Bluetooth? I stripped the audio, removed all names, turned it into a TikTok trend. No joke. A 10-second audio clip uploaded under a burner name. POV. You finally check her playlist. It went viral in 48 hours. Over 1.2 million views. Thousands of women lip-syncing to it. Using the caption, "Still think about last night?" with side-eye and fake crying emojis. The internet didn't know where it came from, but I did. And so did she. She texted again last night. Said she was scared. Said Kevin's ex found out. Said she might be pregnant, for real this time. Said she didn't know what to do. I haven't answered, because here's the part she never saw coming. She was the one who made the playlist, but I'm the one who hit repeat. 2 weeks after the storm, she showed up at my door. No warning, no call, hair tied back, no makeup, dark circles under her eyes. She looked smaller than I remembered. "I just want to talk," she said. I didn't let her in. We sat on the front step. She clutched a folded piece of paper in one hand and kept glancing at the street like Kevin might roll up at any second. "I'm not pregnant," she started. I took another test. It was a false alarm. I didn't respond. I just waited. She looked down, voice cracking. "He blocked me." Kevin said I ruined his life, that it wasn't supposed to get this messy. I almost laughed. This messy? What did she think it was? Romantic? Poetic? Just a sweaty fling with a backing track? She sniffled. "I know you probably hate me." "I don't hate you," I said flatly. "I pity you." She winced like I slapped her. "I thought I was building something real with him," she whispered. "But it was a lie." I shrugged. "Takes one to know one." Then she unfolded the paper, handed it to me. It was a list, a full list. Every password, every account, every hidden folder. Her gym login, her emails, her burner TikTok, even a bank account I didn't know existed. She looked at me. "It's all there." I didn't know how else to say I'm sorry. I scanned it, then folded it neatly, pocketed it. "Okay," I said. "Thanks." She blinked. "That's it." "Yeah." She stood awkwardly, like she expected me to say more. Cry, yell, break. But I didn't, because the part of me that wanted her to feel my pain, that part already got what it wanted. A week later, she moved out of the apartment, left behind her key and 2 bags of clothes. Nothing else. I saw her once more, briefly, leaving the gym in oversized sweats, avoiding eye contact like the pavement held all the answers she'd never get from me again. I hear Kevin's working at a smoothie place now. Not training, just blending, fitting really. As for me, I moved cities, new job, better team, different coast, no shared playlists, Just silence and peace. I still have the original audio. The Still Think About Last Night file. It's saved on an old USB, locked in a drawer. I don't listen to it anymore, but I keep it as a reminder that some people don't cheat because they're unhappy. They cheat because they can. But until then, silence is the only thing she'll ever hear from me.